I had this terrific story about this butterfly. What happened was, this butterfly came out of nowhere. It was coming closer and closer and closer. And then I identified it. It was an orange and polka-dotted monarch butterfly. And guess where it landed? He landed on this shoulder. Now, when he landed on that shoulder, I had stood very, very quiet. I didn't want to make him nervous. Then he tickled my neck, and then he flew away. But when he flew away, I said to myself, I said, someday I'm going to get my freedom.
All right, this is the building I used to live in, Higgins. You know, you're back and forth from one place to another, foster home, to the children's center, foster home, to a children's center. And then when you get a certain age, nobody wants teenagers because they're rebellious. And then I went to court. I remember that, went to court. And then they said Lad was the place to go. Sometimes I think about it, being angry, but I don't know, anger doesn't solve anything really.
Paula lived at Ladd possibly for 30 years or so. I'd describe her as a kind, loving woman who sometimes seems to be in another world, and I know that sounds a little, corny and trite, but she'll kind of look up, and when she's doing that, I just feel like she's got her mind and her focus on something that I can't imagine,
In reply to your inquiry relative to James Isom and his enjoyment of preferential treatment and status at Ladd School, this attention seems to be the result of his likability, rather than any special treatment.
It don't make him any more like me. It's sure the Paterway. It's sure the Paterway when it made me. That's it. That's all I can tell you. Rhode, go ahead, brother.
How do you stay so positive, Jimmy?
Huh?
How do you stay so positive?
A lot of work. A lot of work. It takes a lot of work to be like me. Take a lot of work, believe me.
I was wondering if you do or did ever date at all?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Well, you want to go to Biltmore? You want to go to Biltmore? I've been thinking about going in show business. Before you go in show business, you gotta have talent on that. And I thought I had a lot of talent to go on show business. But ding, 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 won't you come on, Bill baby? Won't you come on? I feel the whole night long. Ding, ding, ding. I do the cooking, honey. I pay the rent, I know but don't you want remember following the evening I showed you on it's not the funny whole lie long thing but ain't that a shame but ain't that a blender Bill Bailey won't you bleed Bill Bailey won't you bleed Bill Bailey won't you bleed come home yes yes dun 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 dun. Yeah! Wow. How about that one, huh?
Originally, when these institutions were started, they were set up as a whole part of the eugenics movement. Let's get these people somewhere aside. Let's make sure they don't procreate. That was really a major theme when they first started institutions.
Dr. Ladd, I know I haven't done right, but I can't see why everybody has to be mad at me. The reason my mother didn't care for me when I was home was because I was always jolly, always laughing and fooling around with the kids. And I tried to teach my sister to dance.
We do not look upon our girls as bad girls, but the simple fact is that it is a case of a child's mind in a woman's body, and no child's mind is able to judge the proper course in matters sexual. It is highly undesirable to remove these girls from the institution until they are past childbearing age.
It is better for all the world if instead of waiting to execute degenerate offspring for crime, or to let them starve for their imbecility, society can prevent those who are manifestly unfit to continue their kind. 3 generations of imbeciles are enough. The demand that defective people be prevented from propagating equally defective offspring is a demand of the clearest reason, and if systematically executed, represents the most humane act of mankind.
Adolf Hitler, Mein Kampf.
My mom thought it was going to be a good place for me to try and do things. She says, you have to go to Lad. We can't take care of you, and this is the only place that's going to have to take care of you.
I went to the man house, which housed women, and the beds were like 2 feet apart, and it was wall-to-wall beds.
Immediately inside the door on the right-hand side against the wall was a table, and on top of the table there was a man lying there. He was half naked. He was covered with food. He was filthy, and he was smoking a corncob pipe. And he was just lying there. He saw me, and he jumps up and he says, "I'm going to hit the new guy."
All I did is cry. Just cry, cry, cry.
You're scared that you think nobody's going to like you. They think you're going to be a terrible person.
I went to the Fogarty building, and there were people tied in beds. Not because the staff wanted them tied in beds, but they didn't have enough staff.
So there I sat with my back to the wall. The other guy left me down there, and I don't know where he went. It was a shock to my system. It really was.
It took a while to try to get used to Lad, because my mom forgot one thing, that Lad was not a place to be.
We have to look at the whole picture. We have to look at everything. And from there, move ahead. That's what my hope is.